Hello and welcome to Career Central, the podcast where we demystify careers. I am your host Raymond Reddy, and this week we will be talking about product engineering. Product engineering is a branch of engineering which involves designing and developing of a device or a system as a whole. The process involves creating and designing as a whole, ranging from putting the small microchips in a system together till a device or a system is completely produced. There are specializations in this job such as electronics, mechanical, aerospace, computer hardware, and industrial engineering. Skills required for the students to get into this profession are a lot in number due to its complex thinking, ranging from a complete knowledge of software to hardware. A high rate of work rate will be required to meet the deadlines of completing the product development. A strong base in computer science, mathematics, and physics will be highly recommended for this profession. A bachelor's degree will usually suffice, but a graduate degree is recommended as it could get you into higher positions. A minimum requirement to get into a higher level position would be around 5 years of experience. So today we have Mr. Sreeramana Reddy, who is a senior product manager at Nvidia. Nvidia is one of the fastest growing companies, with it taking a faster approach towards the creation of artificial intelligence, and is one of the most successful hardware companies in the world. Mr. Sreeramana has been working in Nvidia from the past 15 years in Santa Clara, California, which is the headquarters. He has graduated from San Diego State University in 2003 and also has been part of programs at Stanford University. He has interned at Qualcomm before moving to Nvidia as an intern in 2003 and thus continuing in the company thereafter. He specializes in the electronics part of product engineering. Without further ado, let's get to the interview. Was it engineering that you initially thought would be your career?
I think so. Let me explain. In high school, I used to enjoy physics and chemistry lab activities. Out of all the things, I still remember we built a solar cooker and did in fact successfully cook noodles in it. And when it comes to home, I used to dissect my toys in the hope to find stuff with which I can build something of my own. I have to confess, my success rate was almost zero. If we lost the ball in the playground while playing, friends and I used to calculate the ball projectile to find where it might have landed. See, this natural tendency, I think, was hardwired in my brain to choose engineering. Obviously, there is my family influence. We are a family of engineers. I think this is why I choose engineering. Yeah, I don't know if I answer your question right.
And why did you only choose Nvidia? There must have been many other companies you could choose, truly.
True. I was and am still a video gamer. It was a natural progression, or in other words, my destiny to join this company. Nvidia is popular for its gaming video cards, if you know. So again, going back to the question, I did do internship in Qualcomm and another internship in Nvidia before taking a full-time opportunity at Nvidia. I would say I'm very lucky to work in my dream company. In fact, I've been working in my dream for the last 16 years.
Wow, that's really cool.
And also I have to say, why Nvidia, right? So not just gaming. Besides gaming, what is unique about Nvidia is about how it made parallel computing very accessible to programmers, which was also my favorite subject during higher studies in university. Yeah, this all together, I think I choose Nvidia.
What are your views on the next technological revolution?
it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be so let me put in very constructive way. I'm very excited about what's coming in foreseeable future with respect to renewable energy and battery technology, robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, large-scale Internet of Things. Machines with intelligence and humans will coexist in the workplace. Here are a few examples, okay? Using artificial intelligence, doctors will have tools which will give them a vision to create new cures. And like in the field of agriculture, using machine learning, which I would say a subset of artificial intelligence, with access to huge databases, we can help farmers sustainably increase their productivity. Feed the world thing, I would say your generation is quite lucky to be in the epicenter of all this taking shape. For all practical purposes, you will be part of this revolution. So please embrace it and use this revolution to make the world a better habitat for all species.
You must be seeing many teens confused about what they want to do next in their life. What do you think are the different ways through which they can really get the best career for themselves?
Choosing a career is a very important decision for an individual. It might be a teen or a young adult. My advice would be to talk to as many experts as possible about career ideas that you might get through your meandering thoughts. Here's a less known fact. About a third of an individual's life will be spent in the workplace. That's like the career place, So choosing the right career to make your life better, needless to say, it will also make life of others around you better too. Come up with I advise this to, come up with a list of your passion. So these are the 5 things I would say, like passion, interests, skills you have, talents you think you have, the value systems you have, incurred. Also, very important is get to know about the job outlook. These factors taken into consideration and reviewed with, this is more important, reviewed with your guardians, parents, experts, mentors, counselors, all this set of people will assist a person or a teen making a wise choice. By taking a balanced approach, these individuals will help you select a realistic, attainable and happy long-term career. Also, you will more likely find a good paying job.
I think that engineering is considered to be very stressful. Is that a misconception? And if it is stressful, how do you cope up with the workload?
In my profession, which is engineering, I do not experience stress. It's actually the other way around. I feel very excited almost every day. Again, I'm not trying to exaggerate anything here. Let's think about it. Stress is caused when you feel frustrated or you don't like what you're doing. But the thing is, I like what I am doing. Yes, I experience hyper excitement, which is also very close to stress. I need to periodically put some checks and balances to balance my social life and professional life. Yes, I agree with that. The line to distinguish between social life and professional life is very blurred, in the field of work I'm doing. One thing I agree is my line of work. In my line of work, my brain is taxed too much, To compensate for that physical activity, I balance it out with lot of physical activity and socializing. It's like getting out of your head and into the world, So, yeah, you have to balance things. And please, it goes back to don't plan your career in such a way that you are excited, not stressed.
Final question. What advice do you wish to give for the people who are planning to enter this field?
I would say, as you are doing, try to talk to more people who are in this field. Okay? Understand their experiences. Take what you like. Do some critical thinking to improvise on what you don't like. Attend workshops, seminars. If possible, visit local industries where they have this profession. Do internships. Actually volunteer for engineering projects. More to say, join an engineering club. Create one if there is none. Seek out groups of like-minded people. Read papers published in journals regarding your interested field. Most important of all is build something and don't be scared of failure, okay? It takes a lot of iterations to build the final version. Bottom line, fix stuff. This is the advice I can give. I have followed it.
That's it for today, everybody. But be sure to follow us on iTunes and Facebook. Watch short and interesting clips of the podcast on YouTube and visit www.indianstudentroom.com for more. See you next time when we interview a renowned news anchor, Rahul Kanwal. Thank you.